Here we go. Okay, so now we are live streaming on Facebook, and I am recording this. And very cool. So welcome, Jessica. Thanks for joining me today on this awesome date. I'm in an empty room because we're moving today and tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
I was like, I had to move some things around because we're like, man, moving takes a lot longer than you think. Packing up everything.
I've done it enough in my life. You get prepared.
Yeah. So it's been exciting, but thanks for meeting with me real quick and sharing some of your journey and experience. So for those of you who don't know, let's just introduce, I'll have you introduce yourself and then what you're passionate about, what you do. And then I'll just ask you some cool questions about some of your journey. I know you've had some amazing things shift with your health. So let's dive in. So tell us a little bit about who are you and what do you do?
Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica Sandholm. I am a jack of all trades. I really love doing a lot of things. Before I met Tyler, I was definitely bouncing around a little bit in what I was trying to do. I've been working for a school. We work outside. It's really fun to connect children with nature, watching them grow and learn and respect. I also train dogs and work with horses. I dance. I do a lot of wonderful things. Before I met Tyler, I was suffering a lot from physical problems with a nickel allergy. I've had it severer than most people know what nickel can cause. So lack of eating food. I couldn't eat specific food, healthy food, anything that grows in the ground, technically, mostly, or comes from an animal that has it, like shellfish. I've suffered this since high school. So I'm 40 now. And since I was about 16, I found out I was allergic to marijuana smoke. I didn't smoke it, but somebody was doing it in the garage and I passed out. And I went into anaphylactic shock. So from there, I knew I had an allergy to that, while I already had an allergy to fake jewelry. So anything that had too much nickel in it. I had always had constantly a running nose and nobody figured it out. They called it hay fever, except for it was constant. Then by the time I got into high school or college, I had a rash on my back that they called a heat rash. Come to find out it's a nickel rash.
Wow.
My lymphatic system was trying to dump it, but my skin, the organ of the skin, was allergic to nickel. So all skin tissue, all tissue was allergic to nickel. So I actually don't have an allergy, what people call a blood allergy, where you go to an allergist. They kicked me out of that department finally and sent me to a dermatologist. And I was severely allergic to nickel before that, to the point that as time went on, I tried to eat healthy. I got sick. I ended up with going to the hospital with my throat closing, my lungs shutting down, couldn't breathe due to somebody. I worked in a hospital and they cooked shellfish in a microwave and I cleaned it up and they splattered it all over the place, which we're not supposed to have shellfish there. And I cleaned it up all of a sudden my skin turned brightly red and my lungs started shutting down. Wow. So they sent me to the doctor and I was having an anaphylactic reaction all the way into my lungs. Wow. And not the point where you need an asthma inhaler, as in they stopped working. They just shut down. So they call it closed.
Dang.
But that was my journey of me trying to eat healthy, lose weight, eating vegetables. And then somebody cooked shellfish and bam, there you go. And then it got to the point where I could eat shrimp. Then I couldn't. And then I couldn't even be near anybody that was cooking it or even a restaurant that could cook it. So it went from mild to extreme. Like wow. Showering was a problem because the pipes have nickel in them. So that's my story up to there for my health purposes, besides some major accidents I've had with a car and horses. And so even though I had a lot of adversity in my life, I always kept positive attitude and keep moving forward, really looking into positive belief of, I can change things with my mind and positive aspects or positive thinking. And it helped me move through all of this because most people are like, I don't understand how you're so happy. You can't shower, you can't wear jewelry, you can't wear makeup, you can't wear clothes, you can't eat. How do you stay so positive? Well, I just figured if this is what I got to figure out how to be okay with it and enjoy life. Then I met Tyler and I really worked on that nickel allergy and it has been amazing since.
Wow. So yeah, tell us, man, that's huge. I didn't even know the extent of all the things you couldn't do. That's insane.
Like I said in our first interview, was to change my life would be to change my nickel allergy, because
Yeah.
that right there has stifled my entire life since I was about 4. So that has
Wow.
definitely been something that's been constantly bugging me since I was 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you signed up, I know you were a little bit leery, a little uncertain. Could you really change something that big?
I felt the process when I watched the free video about the tapping and the breathing, just breathing the tapping, and how it helped my emotions calm down faster than any of the positive thinking I went through. Because I hit a horse with my car, and it pretty much ruined my life. But my muscles stopped working. They all went into safety mode, and nobody knew that 20 years ago what that meant. So I went from playing water polo, riding horses, dancing, and a full-time student to living on a couch. So
Wow.
that they call me bipolar, they call me a drug seeker, and I never taken any drugs in my life. So it was more like I got really disappointed in the medical system. So I knew from there I could change myself. I went through proper food, nutrition, which is why I got more sick with the nickel allergy, but I went on the positive road. So when I found your video, it really shocked me on how quick I can change my energy to move forward in a positive way. I really love that. And yes, I was a little not leery, but I had hope that this would help my allergy. Because if it could help my allergy, what could that do for the world? Because it was so severe. No doctor, they just said take Benadryl and eat. They just pretty much wanted me to live on Benadryl,
Man.
or just don't eat anything but 6 foods for the rest of my life.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, so you did sign up. You were like, hey, and you had to come up with the funds and figure it
I did.
out. And
I worked really hard. I got a loan. I said, this is what I'm doing. And to be honest, I held it for my family because I always tell my family, and they mean a lot to me. And I didn't want them to stop me when I felt inside the soul kept saying, do it, do it, do it. And so I did it. I talked with my boyfriend and I said, this is what I'm doing. And he's like, I guess we're not having the discussion. But no, I'm doing it because I would love you to have shrimp and you love crab. And you changed your life to be able to let me not live in a hospital. So I really wanted to also do it to support him. And I thought, if it could just give me the fact that he can eat it and not make me sick, I'd just even.
wow, that's amazing.
So I did it. I went and got the money and I got a loan, and I love the program. Every penny.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about what have you seen then? Because we did an alignment on nickel, and you've done multiple alignments, and you've been going through the weekly group alignments. You've been a great student. You've been asking questions. You've been confronting things. So I would love to know a little bit about, first off, what have you seen? What are some of the results? And then how's your journey been? Because it's not all easy, but it works, and it's a application journey. It does take a lot of energy and effort. So tell us a little bit about what results have you gotten and how has the journey been on applying it?
So I was doing the group alignments before we did the nickel alignment to help with the fear of it's not going to work, and that was really nice. I noticed through the group alignments and everything that I'm feeling more confident in myself again. The accident had taken that away from me. So I've been feeling letting go of my past, because growing up, my house burnt down. So I have an issue of holding on to things. So I've been slowly, willingly letting things go without regret. And that's a big one for me. And I let go of my Mustang I bought after the car accident, and because it's no longer serving me. And we were doing a group alignment on the immune system and the lymphatic system. And I just while we're in the middle of it and took a break, I was like, just get the title, get the keys. You're going to your dad's after this to give it to your mom. And then I walked a client, because I walk dogs too, and I made my appointment to get the car gone. And I've been with about 3 years not wanting to let go of it. So
Wow.
that was a huge let go in that area. It's helping me process all the stress. Because I got in during COVID. My school went from 5 people to 2. So now I do everything. with my co-teacher. She does a lot of the, what are we going to bring to the class and the children? And I'm doing all the business stuff while trying to hold my dog company and trying to heal. So I'm holding a lot of plates. I think I have about 8 hats because my dad is really sick and my mom's taking care of him and I'm helping with that all process. So doing the group alignments and the support from everybody, I've been able to manage, help everybody, and give myself time. Spend time with my boyfriend, take a break without being upset about it. Now for the nickel, let's say we did our alignment, and the weird and funny thing is I had to carry it around on my body. That doesn't seem, it seems weird, but for me, my brain, that makes sense. I've been carrying around this allergy for 40 years. So that would make sense. My body needed to adjust. And I did it. And as time goes by, the rashes have all been gone because they have spread over my entire body. Wherever the lymphatic system is, I had a rash. My skin pigmentation is coming back because I actually lost pigmentation in my arms and around the elbows. It's now colored again instead of white. So if I tan, I would have big white spots on my body, and that was due to the nickel. I could walk down my neighborhood where people smoke pot and I'm not dying. I still have to hold my breath because I'm trying not to inhale too much of it for my lungs because it's still a process. But I'm not having an anaphylactic reaction where I need an EpiPen anymore or drink lemon water because lemon, essential oil lemon is a great detoxifier. So I actually carried lemon in all of my purses. So whenever we went to a restaurant and somebody cross-contaminated my food, I would need to drink lemon water or ask for a lot of lemon to squeeze it and down like 2 cups of lemon water to clear my throat out so I could reverse the anaphylactic reaction. We had dinner the Friday night at a restaurant and they had crab and I wasn't sick. I was able to enjoy my dinner. I haven't been able to eat beans for about 10 years without having my stomach hurt, as beans are full of nickel. And I had beans all week with my boyfriend, as he's from Mexico, and so beans is a staple, and he makes the best refried beans. Black beans I haven't been able to eat. We had black beans with his homemade chile rellenos, and I had no issues, like none at all. No stomach issues, no skin issues, no heating up like I'm in menopause or something, because my skin would get really hot and I would get really red. So that was amazing. He had shrimp the other day and kissed me and I didn't have an allergic reaction because one time we forgot that he had shrimp and we were having a great time and he gave me a kiss and then I needed lemon water because I was having an anaphylactic reaction from it. So it was super severe that I couldn't even be near it in the air or it could touch me or anything like that. Or you handle food and then touch my food without washing your hands and cleaning your knives. So I can't wait till I try sushi with not worrying about I haven't been to sushi since COVID because I have to sit in front of the bar, make sure they don't cross-contaminate anything, otherwise I get sick. And it hasn't happened yet. So it's just like absolutely amazing because I can take a shower now at least 3 times a week without irritating my body. And I'm slowly adding it on because it's been so long. So my taking showers have been a problem since I was 19. I'm 40.
Wow.
So I would actually have my lungs shut down from showering. I would slow breathing, and my skin would be red all the way over and itchy. So, and I just got clean. So I was allergic to products. So I'm just excited that
that is
taking it slow.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump all in. Right. So, and I have noticed that I've been really tired for the last 2 months, 3 months of doing the alignment, but my body has been stressed. So that makes a lot of sense. The lymphatic system has been going haywire. My whole body's been under a lot of stress. So I actually been nursing my body a little bit like, you know what, if I need to rest. I mean,
that's awesome.
I teach 3 days outside in the wilderness. I do all the business aspect. I'm doing the tapping. I'm taking care of my dad, taking him to doctors. I'm dog training every weekend. So I need to take a break every once in a while.
That's awesome. Man, I am so impressed. That is amazing, Jessica. Like, way to go. I'm serious. That is so awesome to hear. Oh, that just makes me so happy. So way to go.
It's quite amazing because even my boyfriend's like, oh, I'm like, he's like, should I have crab in the house? Not yet. Let's not push it that far yet, because I want to make sure it sticks and stays. And to be honest, I forget to anchor it in. I don't think I ever anchored it in after we anchored it in.
Yeah.
So I didn't go like anchor. I let it hit. I did the nickel on my body, and I just let my body ride out, and
one time, wham, bam, done.
And let it go and say it's gonna sort itself out. But we have worked on the lymphatic system for other reasons. I'm now finding that my body's reacting to yeast. So because for a long time, to be honest, beer was the only thing keeping my muscles that relaxed so I could work, because I have thoracic outlet. So I think I had a lot of that. So now it's like trying to readjust my body and allowing it. That's the next thing I'm going to hit with aligning, is letting my muscles relax, get rid of the muscle memory of the car accident, all my horse accident. I mean, mentally and spiritually, I've worked on it without crying about the car accident. But I think I'm having a hard time with my muscles letting go of it.
Okay. Yeah,
so
that'll be a good
the next alignment.
That'd be great. Maybe we'll do a group alignment. Yeah, I think I'm going to do one anyway on releasing trauma from the body. So that'd be cool. Well, this is so awesome. And how, just curious, if you're thinking, like, let's say someone had been going through a lot of things and they're like, hey, would learning the full alignment really be worth it? It is a journey, right? You've had to study, you've had to apply it, you've had to work it. How much time and energy would you say you've put into aligning? Because that's important for people to get.
I aligned a lot, because I know it really works. And like I said before, I jumped all in to learn the full thing. Every time an emotion came up where it was here, I just started tapping it out while driving, because that was, I find that for me, it used to be riding my horse with my Claire, spiritual, I'm one with the world. And when I lost my horse and all that, it became the car. And so I find more emotions come up in the car. So whenever I get a chance, I just do an alignment in the car. And if I feel like it keeps coming back, I do a full alignment on it. So how much? I do it all the time because it's working. And I'm not doing it on the same thing though. It's always something new. It's not, oh, I need to revisit the nickel thing. I haven't revisited it. So there you go. I've done the full alignment. I believe it. It showed me it worked. I did not give any resistance to that because I did the other things first. And there I go. And now it's just other things popping up. I have increased my income on top of my health getting better. And every time I look that, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything going on in April. Now I have like 3 clients and things like that. They just start showing up when I need them, instead of stressing myself out. If I want more money, I just align and say, what am I pushing away, or what am I allergic to or addicted to that I'm trying to balance it all out. I do it every day and I love it. And it doesn't take a lot of time because, again, I'm doing a lot of things. And to learn the full alignment is amazing. I would 100% do it again because I joined the coaching program. And that's a huge jump for me. That's going to be a huge one, but I think it's going to be well worth it because I can see that children could use it. I can see other people can use it. So when I get through the program, my girlfriend wants me to help her daughter who was born early. So she was uber preemie and she's not growing like she should. And she still has some birth traumas that they can see. So she's like, well, help with that. I'm like, help me with my nickel. I don't see why I can't help you with that.
Yeah.
Right? And help empower her to do it, right? Because she could do it herself. She's 10 years old. She can do it. So I'm like, let's get going. I've been dying to learn the process to teach it because my story is an odd one, but amazing in the fact that if you were to know me before I started this program to now, today, you would not believe what I had to go through. It's not as believable if you weren't there walking through it. So, I mean, we would go to a restaurant, my boyfriend, he'd be like, do you have your oil with you? Or it's like, don't ask where I want to eat. Where do you feel safe eating? So now we're like, so where do we want to go? I'm going to give it a try, and started pushing it. So there was not enough time to say, I wish I learned this years ago. You've been doing it, 7 years?
No,
7 years ago.
I developed the technique 2.5 years ago.
So
So
2.5 years ago was too long for me. I wish I had it then. And by the way, I started dating him 2.5 years ago. So that's
wow.
even funnier. So,
Wow.
uh,
So with that, wow. So your plans in the future with this, you're making a lot of changes. You're going to get certified to teach this, which that'll be in, we start at the end of this month, and then you'll be able to teach it and empower other people. So what do you see over the next year? What's your vision for what you're wanting to create over the next year as you're really owning your health and stepping into this new place where you're making more income and changing the world?
I see that that's an endless possibility, to be honest, because I know that going through the coaching program, as you said, I could potentially earn up to $10,000 in a month or so. That's nothing I've made. That's like 3 months worth of what I work for now or more. I can't wait to align to that and get it, because then I can serve more people. I could be a teacher, but not have to do it all. So I can donate to our school. It's a nonprofit. So I could put some money in that and also maybe gift my time for the 5 hours a week, or, something like that. Or even potential, our dream for the school would be a property backed up onto the wilderness so that we could have stations for the kids to play in and take a nature hike. Because right now we look out for rattlesnakes wherever we go and stuff like that. So if in a year I could buy property backed up onto an open space to help my teacher and I really expand the school for the love of nature and help the children rebuild themselves, would be amazing. Even if it took 2 years, it would just be amazing, because those houses are like, I live in California, by the way, so they're like $3 to $5 million for that kind of a house. So I might have to have a little bit more income coming, before like 1 or 2, right? So that's one goal of mine, also to teach it to many people who have allergies, help them move through, or even trauma that have kept them away, and that they can empower themselves to move forward. But even like just to be able to teach the parents how to help with their kids, move through things, because to do a seminar for the families would be amazing as we come through. Dogs too. I haven't yet worked on that, because most of my clients are their dogs. They're just not communicating with them. And then add that on top of it, that we can tap into the dog and help them with their anxiety, would be amazing. That's my next try after I was, I need to get this body nice and calm before I spread my energy. I mean, it's already
That's an awesome vision though. I love it. And man, this is just giving me inspiration. I got chills when you're talking about what you're going to do. Like, this is going to be so cool. Oh man. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. I know we could probably talk more and share. I've got to go finish packing.
I know, right?
But I've got the group alignment later today, so that'll be cool. Very cool. So if someone was a little uncertain, maybe they've tried a lot of things, and you've done different things. You've tried to change this for how many years?
I've been working on my nickel allergy for at least 15 years.
Wow.
So, to be honest, I have tried everything, even the perfect gene diet, which really worked, but it was very limiting for me. But it didn't fix the nickel reaction. It definitely helped me heal a little bit better with inflammation. So the food change was great. I exercise a lot. But until this, the nickel never changed. There was no solution out there for me. It was just, don't eat food with nickel in it, and let your body get rid of what's in there. But it's baked of 20, 30 years of nickel. So my body was overwhelmed with it. And now it's actually, and I couldn't find a way to release it, like bind the nickel and then get it out of my system. This has actually done it. I mean, like after the alignment, I can sweat without having a reaction. So it's releasing it without the reaction. So I'm cleansing my body. So it don't matter how much you've tried before this, to be honest. That's why I want to do the tapping program, because I have pictures of what I look like, which was just self-defeating, frustrating, because you know what it is, but it looked like I had a disease, because it was so bad and you could see it everywhere. So,
well, I just want to thank you for doing it. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for taking that ownership and not letting your situation, circumstances define you. Because the technique's awesome, like the abundance alignment technique. And I think for me, it's one of the best techniques because it empowers people to take back their life and have a way to do that.
And that's the biggest problem most people I feel have a problem with, has they lost their power to take care of their life. And this just definitely helps you feel that, but the changes are so amazing. And it's just so simple. They're so simple. It's worth every penny over and over again.
So cool. And if somebody was on the fence wondering, hey, should I do this? I've tried so many things. What would you say to them?
Jump in, both feet, 100%. If I had a credit card the moment we talked, I would have jumped in. It was just a matter of the fact that it was mid-COVID and we were struggling to keep our school alive, and I hadn't had an actual credit card other than Best Buy or Kohl's. I would have jumped right in with both feet. So instead, I went and figured out how to get the money to get in, and I'm glad. You just have to do it. Even I've heard people wash garbage cans for $5, whatever. Just Tyler is amazing, and he definitely, if you're willing to do it, he works with you. And that's also the best part. You care enough about people that makes this also work. Not only does the technique work, it's about caring about people.
It is. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. Thanks for sharing. And hope if you guys have questions, if you're on the Facebook group, feel free to tag Jessica, ask her any questions, connect if you're in her city. If you're not in the city, she'll be certified in 3 months from today. So woohoo, that'll be epic. And yeah, if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out. And I just want to thank you for sharing your story and your journey. And hopefully it inspires someone out there who might be struggling with something. They've tried a lot of things, to really just believe in themselves and to make that change happen. Because I believe that we're here on this planet to change. And I don't think there's anything that we can't change if we truly believe it and align.
Me too. And, you know, I always wondered after my car accident, what's the purpose? Because I chose to die that day and save my friend, but I lived. So why was I living? And so now I'm like, I think this is it. This is to share all the extra trauma I've lived through. And I've got more than I know that most not even said. So I can't wait to fix it all and have a great time with it and enjoy life. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Everybody have an awesome day. And thanks so much, Jessica.
You're welcome. Have fun moving. I'm excited to see the new place.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Bye.
And let's end here. And let's see if I can do the Facebook end somehow.
And it says live on Facebook.
Cool. Well, I'll end it here and we'll connect outside. So.
All right. Thank you.